Hi, I'm Heather Moore, and after a long hiatus, I'm back with the Cable News Roundup for June 18th. I'll start with Fox News and the O'Reilly factor. He talks about the terrorist attack on the Black church in Charleston. He says that no one can do anything about attacks like this and that we can't change our gun policy. He criticizes politicians for suggesting that we make changes in policy in reaction to this shooting. And then the show gets on the defense that shootings like this is not the fault of conservatives or conservative media. On the Kelly File, presidential candidate Ben Carson is on. He says that this Charleston tragedy should band the country together. Kelly is not using the name of the shooter or his photo, and she urges her colleagues in the media to do the same. On Hannity, he talks about the victims of the Charleston shooting, and then he has a segment all about the shooter. Switching over to MSNBC, All In with Chris Hayes. He talks about the Charleston shooting. Loretta Lynch will investigate the murders as a hate crime, and others are calling it domestic terrorism. The State House Confederate flag is being criticized in South Carolina. It's seen as a symbol that supports the young man's attacks. On the Rachel Maddow Show, she talks about the legacy of Reverend Pinckney. Then she goes through all of the victims of the South Carolina terrorist attack. She doesn't show the shooter's face or say his name. Then she talks about mass shootings in recent history in our country. She shows a lot of footage of President Obama reacting to these regular events, and Brian Williams is coming to work for MSNBC. The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell, he talks about the shooting in South Carolina. He talks about the beloved Reverend Pinckney, the shooting or the history of the targeted church, and he talks about the shooter. President Obama says we need to do something with gun policy. So now you know.